Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 everybody. I'm in the building. And I ain't come to fuck around either. I ain't come here to play. Let me plug in my little microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3. I hope y'all can hear me loud and clear. I want to say again, rest in peace to Takeoff. And rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler. I'm sorry that it took y'all deaths for most people to now see what's really going on in that industry and in this world, and how most of these people that's up there on these pedestals are lying to us, trying to perpetrate a fraud so they can get paid. But it's a new day. It's a new day. And shit is changing. There's a shift taking place right now. And this is the time, y'all. This is the time for us to take back what we're supposed to take back. Y'all have to smarten up. Y'all have to see through these people. I know we've been used to living a certain type of lifestyle and understanding the world in a certain type of way. But the main thing that we have to do is unlearn all the stupidity and unlearn all the reinforcements that they have placed around us and become who it is we're supposed to become. Because it's over for them now. I'm going to play this. Hold on. Present. Share screen. This is what Kyrie Irving had to say to DJ Vlad and a couple other people. Hold on. Let me see. Here it is. Let me play this for y'all. Why is it saying that it's not there? Did they take it down? Let me play it on here, because every time it's something that y'all supposed to hear or something good, there's a problem. But if you up there spewing a bunch of bullshit, that's available. Hold on. I don't mean to curse so much either, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I could be disgusting with my mouth at times. Hold on. It's over for these people. It's over for these gatekeeper ass niggas. They ain't shit. And it's showing now. It's showing who they are. They showing who they are.
Is
This is Kyrie Irving.
It's dying. It's dying. Old ways of living, the old ways of doing things. It's not gonna last for too much long. I'm saying this to y'all specifically because it's important that those that understand, that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're gonna fall victim to this system too. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics that we follow since we were kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things. And I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awakened to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy. You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know too much of the truth. And sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful or we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it, but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it, And I went live on this main page because I know that, some people are going to take this as, oh man, this guy's what is he talking about now? This guy thinks he's, and it's like, it's not even about that. I don't even have energy to give that to, or to give to that today, or any point in my life. But I will tell you this, we got to be better. We have to protect our youth. We have to protect our ways of life. We have to protect the kids that are looking up to us. So my millennial generation, this is a call out to you. No, real talk.
That was Kyrie Irving. The people put the title as Kyrie Irving sends chilling message to the NBA. That wasn't to the NBA. That was to to all of you millennials and all of you older people too. It's time to change these ways that we've been living under. We can't keep living like this, and we can't let these people die in vain. We can't let all of these people die in vain. The ones whose names we don't know, the ones whose names we do know, it's all the same thing, and it's all being carried out by the same system. So it's time now for us to wake up, and it's time now for us to start living right so we can save our futures and the future of our children and grandchildren and all that. Because if we keep going on the lines that we've been going lately, there's not going to be no future for us. So we really don't have a choice. These people like the J. Prince Juniors and all they get paid for is to keep us down. That's all they get paid for. They get paid like people come to them and say, "Oh, you have influence in with the black community," and then they use them to lead us in whatever direction they want to lead us in. And we can't allow that no more. We can't allow people like J. Prince Jr. and DJ Academics to come over here and give us give people ideas of how they're supposed to carry themselves and stuff about the hood when they never even came from the hood. I don't know how Academics got all his information. He wasn't even from Chicago. He got all this information and he got up on his platform and he created a series called War in Chirac. He named these people characters. He made them seem like they was just characters, and he was ridiculing them the whole time when he was doing that War in Chirac series. He was making fun of these people like it was nothing, like they were just characters in the movie. These kids was dying. They was losing their lives. And from then, people was like, "Oh, he put Chicago on the map." No, Zach TV put Chicago on the map. Zach TV was the one that was putting it from his heart. This dude was doing it for money, and he didn't care about nobody. He was making 6 figures a month. He never took a dime and said, "Okay, I talk about y'all all the time. What can I do? How can I contribute to make things better so that y'all don't wind up killing each other off?" And you know what he did when all of them died off? He stopped doing the War in Chirac now, because now he has his position. And all these young men in Chicago that he was reporting on and doing that series on, most of them is dead. And I don't even hear him talk about them or nothing no more. Like they just don't care. They're showing y'all they don't care. They're stepping on the backs of the people in the hood to be who they want to be and get the money they want to be. And they spew all these terrible things out to the kids. Because the kids is really upset about Takeoff, the way J. Prince Jr. just walked past him and he tried to make it look like it was nothing. Oh, people don't want to be around dead bodies and stuff like that. You got to pay attention to this because the children are listening to that and they're going to develop those type of ideas from him. He knows what he's doing. And this is what he gets paid for. Now, the other day he was trying to solve the murder. Now, today he's talking about J. Prince Jr. didn't do nothing wrong. You got to pay attention to these things, y'all. You got to pay attention. We got to hold these people accountable for the things they do and say because they have influence over the black community. And they have to be responsible. You think if it was hey, mama, you think if it was a bunch of Jews that these people was doing this to, they would have went for this? No, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. But we just go for anything. I don't know what is wrong with us, but we got to get this shit right now. And now is the time because all of these people are being revealed for who they really are. We can't let people like Duke the Jeweler and Takeoff, die in vain. They didn't do nothing to nobody. It wasn't gang related or nothing like that. They was basically attacked right in front of our eyes just because they were successful. Just because they wouldn't conform, they wasn't living under nobody else's system and wasn't doing what other people say. I don't care what scenario they gave us. And we can look at that video that TMZ gave us 99 times. That video will never tell us what really happened because they cut parts out of it. They edited those videos they gave to us to look at. They always do. Most of those videos are edited. So we never get to see the real film and we never get to assess what's going on and see what really happened to these people. But they'll take that video and make money off of it, edit it so that we could be in confusion. Remember, in the video for Messi, I told y'all they had the kids there, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And I told y'all that's a spell because they knew what they was getting ready to do. And they used black children. They used black children because black children have the connection that they need. They didn't use no white children, no Spanish looking children, no half breed children. They used black children in that scene because these people know more about you than you do. And they know how to use our gifts to manifest what they want because we are the battery to this shit. If we remove the battery, it's a wrap for them. And now it's time to remove the battery because these people are getting carried away up here. The way Gilly the kid went off the other day about people filming death but didn't say nothing about us killing each other, that showed me who he was. The way Shaq defended these people against Kyrie Irving and called Kyrie Irving an idiot, him and Charles Barkley, that showed me who they were. See, they're not playing for your team. Everybody that looks like us are not of us. We might have the same complexion, we might be melanated, but some melanated people are not on the team. And this is an important time, y'all, because this is time to change the table and take back all we've been given to these people. The ones with the biggest platforms, Adam 22, DJ Vlad, what do they give back to the community? What Adam 22 went to O Block to do what? To give out book bags? How about spewing some information and telling these kids, look, this system is set up for y'all to kill each other. But they're not going to do that because they're making money off of it. And I wanted to do something else to talk about, to give my condolences to the families of Duke 093 and my condolences to Takeoff's family because this was a terrible, disgusting tragedy. It was disgusting what happened to them too. And whoever did it, I swear, I really hope that they get what's coming to them. I think the chickens are coming home to roost. Jay Prince Sr. has been advised not to go to Takeoff's funeral service under the guise of to save people that he may come with or people that he might get into a problem with from getting hurt because they don't want to see other people get hurt. Everybody's handling this very lightly with kid gloves. I say fuck Jay Prince Sr. and fuck his sons. I don't give a fuck about them because they don't give a fuck about none of us. And they showed that with what happened with this little boy when he got, I'm sorry, this young man who went to a party with people he thought was on his level, with people he thought was his peers and got killed. For Duke the jeweler, who went over there with under the guise that he was going to sell some jewelry and get in the door that he probably was working hard to get in, and he got cut down. He didn't have no fucking gun. He just got shot up for no goddamn reason. And we have to stop tolerating this and writing it off as, oh, he shouldn't have went over there by himself. He should have known better. No, these motherfuckers shouldn't have killed him. That's what the narrative has to be. They shouldn't have did that shit. He came there with no arms. He didn't have no qualms with nobody over there. And I showed y'all a video where they was looking at Duke the jeweler like he was food. How do you get shot by accident 2 times in the head and all up in your torso? That how? I don't care what narrative they're spinning out there. I don't give two shits. I know that they set take off to die, take off up to die because we're nothing but cattle to them. And now the Migos catalog is going to go up. Their streams is going to go up. And if them two make a song, it's going to sell out like crazy. Follow the money. Follow the money on this one. In the video for Messy, they even had Takeoff standing next to a Grim Reaper stone sign that said RIP. Why was he standing there? Why he had to be standing right next to that RIP sign? These people are playing psychological games. They're using black magic. Because that's why we so confused. We can't figure this shit out exactly. And everybody's flip-flopping because they cast a spell with the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's a spell. So that's why everybody's they cast a spell, but they edited the damn video. So for the past couple days since Takeoff's been killed, everybody's been on Jay Prince Jr.'s ass about him leaving there and walking past like nothing happened, like somebody just got punched in the face while Takeoff was laying there leaking. And now they're trying to spin the shit like, oh, well, it wasn't really bad what he did. Get the fuck out of here. It ain't no gangster in the world that would have done something like that to see a friend of his that they invited to the event laying on the ground like that. See, from the beginning when the argument began, which Quavo, I believe, had a right to be upset. Because when you go gambling and you lose a lot of money like that, the protocol is the person will let you win at least some of your money back. But they wasn't willing to do that, and that's why Quavo was upset. You see, they'll keep talking about people being arrogant and shit like that. No, he just realized what the fuck was going on and he had an attitude about it, and he was right to have an attitude about that. He was in the right with that. And he just said, let me go. It's not like he said, let me go before I hurt somebody and pulled out a gun or wasn't walking away. He just stood there like waiting for something to go down. He said, let me get out of here before I hurt somebody, and walked away. He was walking out to go out of the place. I don't know why Takeoff was standing in the back like that or if he was on his way, but something wasn't right with Takeoff that night. I don't know if something was in his drink. They was hanging out together all that time. It wasn't just that night. They was with each other all that weekend. How did Takeoff wind up dead and nobody didn't give two shits and all his boys was following behind him? That should tell the police something right there. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of hearing and listening to information about stories about how somebody was murdered and cut down for basically nothing. Because like I said, Quavo was in the right to be upset because they were supposed to give him a chance to win his money back. Now, when they were talking about the basketball thing, I think they were discussing the basketball thing because they were saying that well, when you play basketball, maybe they played basketball and lost some money before, or they were saying we'll play basketball another day and he could win some of his money back. But Quavo wanted to try and win some of his money back right there and then, which should have been given to him because that's the protocol at dice games. What Jay Prince Jr. should have done was took his man to the side, say, listen, that's my man. This is Quavo. I know you upset or whatever about what he said, but you got to calm down. These are my peoples, and this is my function. And you can't act like that with them. That's the way it goes in the hood. For all you fucking squares that come up here, try to make money and treat people like they ain't shit, like they just cattle you could use so you could make money. That's the rules. That's the rules. I'll be wishing that I could have more people in here to congregate with, but I guess that'll come eventually. But they're saying that some RICO charges may be brought on mob ties, and I hope it is, because I don't give two fucks about none of them. I hope they do get RICO charges put on them, because they deserve it. They are terrorizing people. These people come up there and try to make a living, and they up there with this gang shit, and they not even from the fucking hood. The ones that's spearheading it ain't even from the hood. I haven't heard neither one of Jay Prince Jr.'s sons, Jay Prince Sr.'s son, say anything to these families or say RIP. And they didn't say RIP to Duke to Julie either. So what does that tell you? What type of message is that sending out to the rest of the young minds? You creating more monsters by behaving like this because you're in the spotlight. And when you're in the spotlight, facts, Mercy, when you're in the spotlight, you have a certain amount of responsibility, whether you want to have it or not, because you're setting a tone and these kids are watching y'all. So for them to be giving this type of feedback, like these kids killing each other like this, these young men dying every 5 minutes, is cool. I don't trust none of you motherfuckers. All of these industry niggas need to be cut the fuck off. All of them. Because they ain't about shit and they don't care about nobody. And then you got some of these bloggers. I ain't got nothing against Jay Prince Sr. I do. I got something against them. I got something against them because their kids ain't shit and they coming out here. People is trying to make a living and do something for themselves like you did, and your son is setting them up and letting his little friends murder them like they ain't nobody. So yeah, I got something against you. You ain't shit. You and the academics types and all you motherfuckers ain't shit. You preying on the black community. You using the black community as a stepping stone, and you don't give shit back but murder and death and kill. So fuck you and fuck your sons too. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever happens to them, that's good. It happened to them. Because this what happened is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And what I need for people to do, what I hope happens here, is that people will open their eyes and see these industry people for who they really are. I know we like to live vicariously through other people because we struggle and we like entertainment and we like to be entertained. But these motherfuckers are some snakes in the grass. And they will sell you out for $1. And they're showing you this. They don't have no shame in it. And every time it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And us seeing these things and desensitizing us, all of these things, all they're doing is helping out the enemy break us down and to lead our children in the wrong direction. But they're saying that Takeoff's mother had flew down to Houston, and the police hosted her and had her fly down there. And this is very sad for her. This is very, very, very sad. Very sad. And they're holding his services on 11/11. So I know it's a ritual. They're closing it out with a ritual number. 11/11. 11 is one of their favorite numbers. 9 and 11. I don't know if the families be knowing what they're doing, or I don't know, y'all, but we can't accept this no more, y'all. We cannot just sit back and act like ain't nothing going on no more. And no, that didn't happen. No, it just happened. It was an accident. That wasn't no fucking accident. And they're saying that one of them was holding up Takeoff like he was a shield. No fucking respect whatsoever. No, they didn't have no respect for Takeoff and Quavo. They didn't have no respect because their actions showed it. So why did you invite them to this goddamn event if you knew that your peoples and you didn't respect them? Because something was being set up. You obviously didn't give two fucks about him. We saw that by the way you walked past everybody and left Quavo there crying, and you just walked out with your motherfucking mob ties, little hoodlum friends, crash dummies, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. So you didn't care. You didn't care what effect it would have on your father's legacy. That's why my mind was running towards maybe he's trying to sabotage his father. Because why would you do that? Unless that was your assignment. So y'all better open your eyes and really look at these people. And it's time to make a shift. Let your heroes be the people in your life that's doing something and showing you some type of positive example. Because all we doing is leading each other into the fucking graveyard. That's all we doing. The music is death. The movies are death. The TV shows is death. Every fucking thing that we do and participate in involves death. Tell me one show that you don't see a black man laying on a fucking floor with blood leaking from him. Not one, especially 50 Cent. He gives that image with these power shows and all that shit. Digging up stuff from the past to keep y'all thinking this is the way it's supposed to be. It ain't the way it's supposed to be. Then you got even the goddamn video games. You can't even just play shooting ducks and shooting at items, or not even that can we have. We can't even have games. Then the music is people talking about dead people and how many bodies they got. Pay attention, y'all. I'm not just talking to be talking. I'm not making none of this shit up. Hey, Kaya. I'm not making none of this up. Y'all have to peep game what's going. They trying to get us to wipe each other out. And these fucking dudes that's in the industry is helping them set the tone and follow the agenda. They follow that agenda. They are not our friends. They don't give a fuck about us. And it's time for us now to not give a fuck about them. These people is up here, they popping in and out. They don't want to fucking hear the truth. But those of you who stick around here and listen to me, I appreciate it, because it's not about me. It's about us. It's time for us to take a stand and stop making excuses for these fucking snakes that's wiping out our children right in front of our face. It's time, y'all. The time is here. This is why that shit went down with Kanye. This is why that shit went down with Kyrie. That's the way God works. So that God put all these things in front of our face to show us, plain as day, what's going on. We got to save ourselves and we got to save our children. Peace, Broadway. Because nobody else is going to save them but us. So I know we've been used to just laying back and just watching things go on and just rolling with it, but we can't roll with it no more. Y'all see how they attacking Kyrie Irving. And Shaq had the fucking movie. He played the movie in his cinema. They're not attacking him. Kyrie just posted a book. This is what this is all about. And you got Charles Barkley calling him an idiot. You got Shaq calling him stupid and all of this shit. He's not the first person that stood up to the media, but the last time people stood up, I think it was Allen Iverson. They did him dirty. A couple of football players, they did them dirty. But back in the days, Jim Brown and them, they stood on their 10 toes. But you know what was the difference? It was all of them together. They wasn't afraid to lose their money. All of them together, we're not standing for this. And they would have press conferences, all the top sports players, all of them together. Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, all of them. Muhammad Ali, when he told them he wasn't going to the war and they made him sit down for 3 years, he said, I ain't got no problem with them Vietnam people. You want me to go over there and fight for this country when I'm over here and you call me a nigga and you treat me less than a human being? I don't see none of these dudes be standing up. The only thing they stand for is money. They don't give a fuck what they're giving up to get it. They hoes. They a bunch of hoes and prostitutes. And they weak as fuck. And they making the rest of us weak. Because most of us follow them. We got to stop following them, y'all. Because they showing us who they are. What did Kanye do so bad but tell the people that these people in this industry use us to make money off of us and take everything from us and use our talents? That's all he said. People got mad at him because he said white lives matter. But white lives matter meaning why we always got to be the ones that's vulnerable? White people could get got too. Slavery is a choice. It is a choice. We chose not to fight. We outnumbered the masters, but we chose not to fight. So what y'all got to do is Get ready. Y'all want to beef and carry on and stand on business? Well, this is what we really should be standing on business about. Killing each other and knocking each other off and killing other black people is not standing on business. Standing on business is making sure in the future our children have a better goddamn future than we did in this damn country that our ancestors built. These sellout niggas with their $300 million and they making all their money so they can get up here and get on videos and do lives and show us their big houses and cars off of our motherfucking backs and don't never help their own people come back in the hood and do shit, build a community center, nothing. And we still keep supporting these people because we live vicariously through them. But their fucking system is crumbling, y'all. That's why you see all this chaos. And that's why you see the devil. See, like they say, the devil, his greatest trick was to make people believe that he did not exist. And every time you try to tell them people that this motherfucking system is satanic, they'll tell you, oh, you bugging out. You a conspiracy theorist. That's the best trick the fucking devil ever pulled. To make people think that the motherfucker don't exist. But the devil is not just some scary creature or the devil is anybody who's trying to do wicked things and hold a person down and stop them from being who they supposed to be. To use them for their own gain. And we've been used long enough. We've been used long enough in this country. I don't care. And I love hip hop. I love rap music. I was there when it began. When I was a little girl, I grew up. It's like hip hop rap music is my cousin. Everybody got mad when Nas said in 2006 that hip hop is dead. It is fucking dead. He knew what the agenda was. He knew what was going on. He knew the plan. It is dead. It's death, actually, because that's all the fuck you see in rap music now. You can't be a rapper and not be scared for your motherfucking life. And you're not even in the hood no more. But you got people like Jay Prince Jr. is bringing his crew around to prey on these rappers because he has an opening. He don't have no fucking talent. He ain't no rapper. But he got there through the doors his father's opened, and he bring his little dirty ass crew there. These low life, shiesty ass niggas. And what do? They taking niggas out. This is the second person they've been involved with, maybe more. But it's just coming to the light now. Because I told y'all, Duke the Jeweler, when he came through my goddamn live, and he said, Mope. I know I should be scared, but I ain't scared. I was actually very flattered that he chose me to talk to. From the other side, from motherfucking another realm out this bitch. I played y'all a fucking recording, so you can't say I'm fronting or I'm bugging out. It's true. So he's existing somewhere. He's just not existing on this plane. When people die, they go to another plane. It's not that they don't exist no more. They still exist. As you can see from the video I put up with Monster Cody and Duke the Jeweler speaking to me after they died through my fucking live. I can't make that shit up. So I just wanted to jump up here and just drop a few words. You got to pay attention to what these people are doing because they're not on our team. They're not on our team. They're on Master's team because Master pays them. And money is more important than the mortality of their own people. And this is where we went wrong, when we put money in front of everything else. And they took the money off the streets now. It used to be ways you could get money. And even if you're working, you could sell something on the side. They took the weed. They made dispensaries. They took the goddamn number hole stuff. They made lotto. Everything that we had that we was making money from on the side, they took it. So there's no money on the streets. And that's why you see these hanger-ons with these rappers and these entourages They're trying to get money, and the money is in the industry. So that's the new game right there. The industry and sex trafficking. So you take food off people's plates, and they see a way where they can get some money, all the morals go out the door. So what's more important to us? The future of our children, the future of us? Or we just sell out, everybody just walk on down to the cemetery. We all just pick a date and just walk our asses on down to the cemetery, because they have made you believe that you don't have no say-so in the way that the future goes, in the ways of the world, and you do. Because when you participate, you reinforce it. When you don't participate, you take your reinforcement away from it. And that's what we got to do. We got to turn our backs on all these motherfuckers the way they turn back on us, their backs on us. Or we're going to keep seeing death every couple of months, every couple of weeks. We're going to keep seeing death. And then sooner or later, it's going to spill into our homes, because the kids is what was growing up watching this. They're going to turn into even worse monsters than the monsters we see now, because that's all we feeding them is poison. We're not feeding them nothing of growth, nothing of beauty, nothing of love, nothing of life. All we feeding our youth is death. And we are feeding it because we support these motherfuckers that represent the agenda of people who hate us and just use us for our energy and to make money off of us. Because we the battery to this shit. We the Duracell battery to this motherfucker. That's why in the movie The Matrix, you see Morpheus holding a Duracell battery. That's us. We the battery to this motherfucker. And it's time for us to take the batteries back and give it to ourselves and take it from them, because we gave them the power and they misused the power. So we got to take the power back. And that's all I wanted to say, y'all. I believe they're going to get the RICO. And I definitely believe Duke the Jeweler is going to be included in this case with mob ties. They're going to get RICO charges. Because even if it wasn't an independent act, they still need a fall guy. So they're going to use them as fall guys. Even if it was a setup and they knew it was a setup, they're still going to use them as fall guys. Ain't nobody going to give two shits about them, because everybody's going to think that they're the ones that killed Takeoff and Duke the Jeweler. So they don't give a fuck if they fall. They don't need them no more. They did their job. They played their positions. So peace and love. I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight. I have not slept since November 1st. I'm serious. And I told y'all, I didn't even like the Migos. I wasn't listening to the Migos, y'all. If I was, I didn't know it was them. I thought they was corny. I thought they was biting, taking Bone Thugs and Harmony style. I was like, these niggas can't rap. And I feel bad for that, because Takeoff was nice as hell, and I didn't even know that. So, I love y'all. I want y'all to stay strong, because we living in a time where the way we conduct ourselves and the way we treat each other it's gonna determine what the future is gonna be like for us people, for our people. This is the time. And if you haven't listened to what Kyrie Irving was saying in the beginning of this live, please go back and listen, because he's saying the same thing I'm saying. This is the time. And Kanye knew it was the time. That's why Kanye flipped when he flipped. Kanye knows what's going on. He's a genius. And he's strategic. So he took this time to say what he said, because he knows this. If it's any time we're going to be able to switch this shit around, it's going to be now. It's now. So I want y'all to watch how this plays out, because it's going to be a lot of spinning and turning and backtracking and all this shit. But I already know these people going to pay for what they did if they haven't already. Peace and love, y'all. And stay safe out there.